It's a tragedy hard to even comprehend. 2 children are dead tonight, found frozen to death inside a family van.
It appears a large family was living in the vehicle when it was discovered inside the Hollywood Casino parking garage at Greektown today. Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack has been following this story since she broke it, actually, and it is so sad that this happened to this family. What's the status now? What's going on with the mother?
Well, mom is being detained. Police will not say that she's arrested, but detained at this point. I want to paint a little picture of what these children have been enduring. When police went up to the van earlier today to seize evidence, they found just a couple of blankets inside and the 2 children that were frozen to death. The 2-year-old wearing a T-shirt and a pull-up, and the 9-year-old wearing a T-shirt and joggers. Police say this is now a full-blown criminal investigation.
Was unnecessary. It didn't have to happen this way.
Investigators shaken at this unimaginable tragedy. One phone call could have prevented it all.
The female says child not breathing. They are car at Greektown Casino parking structure.
Around 1 a.m. Monday morning, a gray minivan pulled into the Hollywood Casino at Greektown parking structure, parked on the 9th floor. Either it ran out of gas or had a mechanical issue, leaving the family of 6 without heat.
Around noon, the mother inside the van, along with 5 children, noticed that one of the children wasn't breathing. And she called family to come help, to convey to Children's Hospital.
That was the 2-year-old. Then not long after, the mom called the same family member, their godmother, to say the 9-year-old child was not breathing. Both were taken to Children's Hospital downtown, pronounced dead. Doctors believe they froze to death.
Sad, very sad, especially as a father. I just can't imagine what the family is feeling. I wish it hadn't have happened.
The 2-year-old wearing a T-shirt and pull-up. The older child in a T-shirt and jogging pants, only a couple blankets in the car. The other 3 children also checked out at the hospital are expected to be okay. They're being placed with Children's Protective Services, and now their mom is detained, being investigated for possible criminal charges.
I don't think anyone really wants to think about that at the moment with the 2 children passed, but the reality is that the circumstances do have to be examined. We have to figure out how to go forward.
The city of Detroit has a helpline set up for unsheltered people. The number is on the screen. It's up and running 6 days a week.
When you call the helpline, there's a specialist that will answer the call and walk the family through the resources and services that are available.
Here in Detroit, there are over 1,400 beds for people that don't have homes, and about 110 of those are reserved for those drop-in emergency situations that this family could have taken advantage of. As far as the criminal investigation, Detroit police now working backwards. We do understand that the family did at one time live in an apartment on the city's east side, but they don't anymore. They were living out of that van. They're reviewing security footage here at Hollywood Casino to see if this is a place where they came often. Still a lot to unpack, and again, this is a full-blown criminal investigation now with mom. Reporting live in Greektown, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
Well, Jessica, wondering why it took the mother so long to realize 2 of her children weren't breathing or weren't responsive. Was there a chance, are police looking into the chance that she might have been inside the casino at one point and then came out and realized this?
That's a good question. We asked that earlier. There wasn't an indication that she was inside, more so looking for a safe, kind of tucked away place to park her vehicle. But those are questions that they'll be reviewing that video and possibly use it as evidence. But it just all happened very quickly. You're talking really only 11 hours or so without heat. It's unclear in that time when the children passed or if they had any predisposition, malnourished or anything like that, that made all of this happen much quicker.
Yeah, your heart just breaks for them, though. All right, Jessica, I know that was a tough report. Thank you.
We've got a follow-up to a heartbreaking story out of Detroit. A mother is talking about what led to the tragic moment when 2 of her children froze to death. 29-year-old Tateona Williams had been sleeping in her van with her 5 kids outside a casino in downtown Detroit. Police say the van ran out of gas while temperatures dropped to 17 degrees. A 2-year-old and 9-year-old both died of hypothermia. Williams says she tried calling the city's Homeless Solutions Agency in November to ask for help, but says they didn't have family beds.
Everybody who know me know I worship the ground them kids walked on. They ate every day, all day. Goodies, food. They didn't want for nothing. Every day they went to school. I had one mistake.
That one mistake, she says, is having too much pride to ask for more help. Detroit's mayor has called for a review of the city's homeless outreach program.
Speaking to anybody else out there, if you're in this situation, please go beg for help, go knock on a church door. They will let you in before they let you stay out in the cold and your children could possibly die. That won't happen. Please knock on a door and ask for help.
Yeah, please do. All right.
My cousin made a mistake, and look at how the world is judging her.
The cousin of the mother who took her 5 children and their grandmother to the 9th parking lot level of the Hollywood Casino early Monday morning. And when the gas ran out of their car, so did the heat. And 2 of her kids, a 9-year-old boy and a 2-year-old girl, froze to death.
She asked for help. She asked the right people. She was scared of what the world would think of her, so she did privately the right thing. She asked the city, and what they do, they told her they couldn't help her.
And the mayor acknowledged that because of this incident, he is asking the deputy mayor, as well as the housing director, to review this situation and then come back with policies to help those who need housing.
If during the day you are in danger of homelessness, you call the hotline. It's about well-publicized 866-313-2520. But if it's after 6 o'clock at night and an incident's happened, you've been pushed out of the house, you're in an emergency situation, go to your police precinct.
The city of Detroit has a lot of families struggling for housing. Families being turned away from shelters and being told we can't help you. Here is another mother's story.
It's peekaboo and patty cake. 1-year-old Kiara plays with her mom, Dana Bledsoe, while 9-year-old Nakia watches TV. Their belongings in bags on the floor. This is one of the many families in need of housing.
Everybody is saying that we're full.
Raquel Bledsoe is Dana's sister. She says she's been trying to find a safe place for them to go. Right now, they're with her, but she rents a flat in Detroit and they can't stay.
I've called multiple shelters. I've called in Sterling Heights, I've called in Warren, I've called in Detroit, I've called Wayne Metro.
Bledsoe says her sister is cognitively impaired and used to live with their grandmother, who passed away a couple of years ago. Dana had nowhere to go then either.
She was in the shelter for a year, and then it's just like after that, it was just like, that's it.
It's been a challenge to find housing for the mother and her daughters, children the same age as the little ones who froze to death in their minivan in the casino garage earlier this week. Their mother had asked the city for help with shelter but didn't get it, highlighting the urgent need for housing and resources for families.
They'll say, oh, it's places available. They're not available. It's unfortunate that kids had to pass away for her to get some attention, to get some attention.
Fox 2's in the process of reaching out to multiple shelters to see if we can find some long-term placement and care for this family. But here's how overwhelmed the system is. Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries shelter for women and children is full with 45 women and 80 children. The Samaritas shelter in Westland has a waiting list of 900 people. We also contacted the mayor's office, and they are reaching out to resources as well. Earlier this week, after the tragedy, Mayor Mike Duggan promised this.
I want to make sure that when people call, they get very clear options. Are we doing everything to make sure people in this city know how to access this critical care?
It's help that can't come soon enough. In Detroit, Amy Lang, Fox 2 News.